This guy is back to his shrine as at now, and he's about kicking off again. And even when he was away, he continued calling people on the phone, still offering threats to them if they don't come to his shrine. As a base that people summoned those they called on the phone to their shrines, and that they must answer the call or they should pay a certain amount of money. They go as far as showing them human corpses reserved in their shrines. And his name is Akwa Okuko. Dear Governor, I want you to look at Akwa, look at Eke Hit. I want you to compare these two people. Akwa is only, for me, Akwa is only posing as a bad image to the youth. But Akwa, I am not sure if Akwa had access to human parts. Good evening, everyone. Chris Monday, you're welcome. I don't think Akwa has committed far to what Akwa Okuko has done. Akwa Okuko and his gang, what they have done. I want to be realistic and to whom it may concern. Dear Governor Charles Soludo, Akwa Okuko is a younger person to me. And I believe he only has money. And those monies we are not of genuine source anyway. But I know this guy sits in his house, in his shrine. And people out of their ignorance will come to his shrine and bring monies to him, believing that giving them some calabash or tying something and give to them would be able to liberate their world. Instead of people having the confidence to go into agriculture, having the confidence to go into any lucrative production. But somebody prefers giving that money to Akwa, and Akwa is striving to also go into production but doesn't know how to manage it. And that is why the only easiest business he could run was becoming a hoteler. When people fails, I am fine, Joe. When people fail to acknowledge the simple truth, that is where you begin to have the results of people casting their confidence in pastor or in a certain poor shrine, of which doesn't have the capacity to rebuild or rebirth their world the way they want. Sir, it is as a result of ignorance in the society. It has eaten up the joints and marrows of our people. I was discussing with some persons, and we are discussing about tech. And I tried to put it to the guy that tech is very good. Yes, tech will rule the world. But tech must be built on the basis of production. The highest tech person today in Nigeria, how many tech experts do you have that are as rich as he is today? So others are only scrolling around this vibrant person whose God chooses to bless through tech. I am fine, Miles. So if you talk about tech and talk about production, I think tech must be built on the basis of production first, because you will eat before you go to work in the morning. You must eat before you go to work in the morning. Now, from this part of the world where we are, somebody amongst us, the youth, does not think on how to recycle our normally feeble and make it or turn it into a business. That is production. Anyway, that's agriculture, but we can still tag it as production. But the same person who calls an Hausa man in the farm a fool, he's everything he eats within the space of 30 days, 99% of them, hence it has to do with local food here. Their rice, their beans, they are all coming from the northern extraction. They are all coming from the northern extraction. Somebody does not have, I have been on this platform and I watch people, somebody who should be thinking about his life came to call me fool. Severally, I have met this kind of things on live broadcast anyway. And at times when I get angry, on the other hand, I remember that somebody is busy calling you a youth, a fool, while the worst fool is his governor, his state governor. The worst fool is those representing him are the federal representatives, Federal House of Reps, and they are senators. He will never summon enough courage to go and call them fools by the pool on the pool. On the election day. You meet him at the polling unit, still rewrite another signature in addition to his foolishness, but he comes back to call me that I'm a fool, all because maybe I'm not doing saga with one of those people you expect me to do saga with. Then if you should see me doing saga, you will be the one to tell me that it is not good. This is not my calling. Then when I go back to my own base of calling, you wouldn't be there to even respond for good. So somebody from this part of the world will take his money and go give to a native doctor, because that native doctor must have posed as an image telling you that this thing will change your life. Akwa Okuko is back to his shrine. He will continue with his artificial dreadlock, tie cowries, sometimes use rubber band, with a cloth, a cassock of the high priest today, tomorrow with another dressing of which offers him to be a mad person, and in the other level you see him again with another traditional attire. So a youth should be courageous enough to think on how to go into production. This tech everybody is running to, some people are calling Yahoo their own tech right now. If we don't go into production, you keep seeing this nonsense you're seeing. Do you know why the original Nigerian Hausa does not do kidnapping? Do you know why the original Nigerian Hausa does not come to your place to camp in the bushes? Because they are busy into production in Sokoto, in Ilela. They go to Koni, Niger. They go there to buy cows, sheep, ram, They bring it back to their place. They start running such farms. And therefore the Nigerian Hausa will not have that time, because he is into production. He's busy selling his tomatoes. And there's another person who is very lazy, who cannot reproduce something, is busy managing another person's cow. He is not the owner of the cow, but he's just a Fulani person who might not be originated from your country. So you know what? He's not even the shepherd. He is the catoriara. While the ranch owner are busy in the north. These are invaders. They could manage your cow for 10 years and they cannot buy two. They can never own two. They don't think on how to create their own. No matter how bad the network is, I would like you to be here. Help me share this live broadcast. Mr. Harrison Gwamnishu, you're welcome. Martin Mbado, you're welcome. Emmanuel, Clement, Onata, you're all welcome. Now, somebody's managing these cows. These managers whom has been managing someone's cow for over 12 years. His father introduced him to this slave master. Cannot own his own cow, because if he owns his own cow, he would not think on how to destroy a community with AK-47. These are the kind of youth we are producing in Africa. If he is the owner of those cattle, you will never see him invade somebody's farm. These are people, overzealous people. That cattle they are using to destroy crops. Even if that cow, all of them in a year, reproduces 80 extra, it can never make the owner of those cows to dash a Fulani man 3. Out of 80, he can never gift you 3. The owners of these cattle keeps you as a slave for life. Then some other interests, whom are politicians, either from the Western world or thereabouts, came into their cycle and gave them certain money and gave them instruction different from the ones you've given to them, all because they know your backyard. But the true Hausa man that is into production is inside Gona. The true owners of this Hausa land. Production is a way to go if you don't allow enemies to come into it. Mr. Gwamnishu, I expect your Gari production factory, I expected it to receive more attention. We don't longer hear much about it, and I am not okay with that. I expect that Gari to be everywhere. I expect even if you're going to intervene in people's behalf, you go with it. A policeman could listen to you, hear you out, release a client through your human rights office behind bars. Then you can use that Gary as a gift back to the police officer in celebration to his work and in promotion to your brand. Production. Now, Akuna Ratugo is not into any production whatsoever. Akuna Ratugo has no factory, has no farm whatsoever. The only thing he could do is for him to have corpses in his shrine, posing as a threat to anybody who has business with his friend and could not meet up at the appropriate time to either pay back. It's not as if his charm has anything to do. His shrine is so empty. That is why so many of us are still alive. And I want to ask you, don't you see that those corpses are the major image he uses to threaten people? If Akuna Ratugo is into production of anything, Akuna Ratugo would never have the time to go scam people. And guess people he's scamming. Take a point from here. Check the kind of people Akuna Ratugo is scamming, threatening, collecting monies from. Either people that are into illegal businesses, or into people, or from people that are into certain ungenuine things. Because if I sell a land to you genuinely, and you decided to pay me bit by bit. And when it was time for you to pay me the third payment and you could not make the payment complete, I have every right to refund you your money. Okay, if I should go ahead and resell that land to another person, all because you've not paid complete and I've not signed to your deed of conveyance. At the end of the day, I sell the land to another person. The person starts developing, and I'm promising you that I will give you back your money. And you see that I am not coming forth. It's a very clear case. You can take it to the police. You can take it to the court. If our police are up and doing, or the court is adequate, these issues, these cases can still be treated within the space of 1 month or 2, and you get justice. People will have more confidence in our judiciary. But do you know the kind of people you see going to those shrines? Somebody did a drug business with his friend overseas, and the other one ate the money. In the first place, the both of you are criminals. So they will go to Akunara Togo. Akunara Togo will either threaten the next person. If you don't return this money, so something will happen to you. He will pose as fear into that person's life. Summon the person's picture to a shrine, and they have every need to make it obvious on the internet to destroy either your image at first, then pose a very big threat and pressure upon your family and relatives. So either your relatives will kick you into pressure, and as such you may have BP and die. So at the end of the day, they will return the person's corpse to Akunara Togo. He knows he's into scamming, but to defend his dignity, he need to seize human corpse. Akunara Togo has committed more. Akunara Togo has committed more, much more than Eke Hit. Eke Hit, their governor, see him as a content creator, and if he apologizes, give him a second chance to go home under an undertaking. We can correct him. He may have certain herbs he will use to cure sicknesses. Therefore, we can give him a chance to go and either get a clear satisfaction into one thing he can cure. That is channeling. That is what JCN should have been doing with his JCN herbal mixture, if he truly knows what he is doing. There are Abo doctors, there are Abo herbal doctors in Europe. The network is bad, but thank you for being here. Have you shared this video for me? So that is another means of channeling them back into production. Then let's look at Akwa now. I believe he must have made certain statements that are so indicting, maybe thereabout, against his freedom. But let's look at it now. How much do you have? What can you do with herbs? And he tells you, just try and delete this mentality of Okite. That's a cupboard brain. Try and shift it from his ways of thinking. Akwa does not understand according to one of my boss. Decency Obinabara, you're welcome. So he does not know. Now let's look at it. Let's look at how to capture Oba now, so that the youths of Oba, because he has already over-influenced that place with certain unmeaningful lifestyle. If you go to some of those hotels in Oba and see what is going on there, you will be surprised. They are trying to turn part of those hotels to Sodom and Gomorrah right now. Everyone listening to me knows that what I am saying is the truth. And whereby you have this kind of level of harlotry in one small cycle, just like World Bank in Owerri. World Bank, don't want to describe it with any hotel name there. Those area where the volume of harlotry there is too high. Do you know the amount of drug they consume there? Like this night, do you know somebody will leave his house, come there to sell, market drugs? The NDLA will not go there. The NDLA officers will only wait on the road, look for one small boy coming back from his maternal home or his mother's burial with one tap of Igbo in his pocket. Ojina Akio Tinibu. Once they get him with that Igbo, he's finished. His uncles need to sell land to come and bail him from NDLA, all because no Igbo. Igbo 50 naira. But the barracks of drug, that is a tail to criminality and crime, you will never see them there. Now what happens? Most of these girls, you get their dead corpses from hotels. Many of them were buyed based on the influence of drug. The person who must have decided to buy one young girl, cut her organs, somebody with his clear eyes will not have the 100% audacity to do that, except somebody under the influence of something. So that drug you see there has something it does. When you see somebody consuming it and he's ready to fly down from one decking, and you say it doesn't concern you, what if that person decides to fly and now falls on top of your child? It has concerned you a bit. That is why everybody should be concerned. So if you go around that territory in Oba right now, you discover that within some of these hotels you see around, the rate of drugs they consume there, and by the time people finish smoking drugs, spend time in these areas, move about with those girls on those areas, the next day, morning being Monday, you begin to see the effect in Opiweka. By 6 o'clock, you begin to see the effect in Opiweka. They will enter motor 200 naira to Opiweka, possibly free. When they get there, they will come somewhere still looking for little thing they can be smoking. Once a drug consumer seeks for any means to get money and he cannot afford Charlie, he starts from, he goes down to eyes. From eyes, he goes down to SK, or what do they call the other one? He goes down to loud. From loud, while he's waiting, you understand? He goes from loud to SK to normal Igbo while he's waiting patiently. By the time he's at the level of ordinary Igbo, you should know how drug will be pushing him at that point. Now you need to smoke this in this time. So around Opiweka, he meets you with this your phone you are using to comment and tell me that I don't know what I'm saying sometimes. He now points your camera on your head and say, give me your phone. And maybe you forgot your phone somewhere, or you went to plug your phone. And under the pressure of getting money to go and smoke drug, he has this gun on him, on his hands, and you are telling him that you don't have phone here. So he feels as if you want to provoke him, or which original label. Before you know it, toe. If he presses the gun, toe, as innocent as you are, because you have ignored to correct these processes early, you think it's a fun. You don't know that relatively the influence of what happened in Oba is what transcended to Opiweka, and therein you lost your life or you lost one of your valuables. See, evil and crime is like a network. It's like an electric pole. When you go and connect from any of the wire into your house, even if it does not give you light, it will be shocking you. The process of dragging electricity is you bringing in the plus and negative. If you bring the negative into your house and touch it, it will still shock you, even if it cannot shine bulb. So this is how the branches of evil and crime is. Once one enters into your life, it will get another one, it will get another one will get another one. This is how it will be cycling around you. See, look at how, let me explain it in another form so that you will understand. I want to explain it in another way. I thank you. Many of you are here watching me, and this must be matured people. So you just need to help me share this video. We are going to liberate our world. It's not a small process. My prayer has been, God, let me stay alive and do this job to an extent, then raise people who would be able to do this with us. It is very, very important. It's not an easy something. It's not an easy process. This is a process where at some point you will lose your friends. They will no longer love you. Even your wife, even the person you want to marry, or your wife already, all of these people can leave you behind because of this kind of things I am doing here. It's not an easy one. It requires superhuman effort. It requires the spirits of God and divinities around you. That's the only drip you will have to do this job. Now let's look at this. You got 50 million through Yahoo. Yahoo paid you. The woman somewhere shedding tears, she died. You have dragged one cable of evil and crime into your life. That's the number one step. Now, devil is using another person somewhere whom is also busy using gun to collect cars from people, and you're using biro to steal your own in the other way. At the edge of a biro, the last mouth of the old biro before, you meet something that is like Boris. That thing is still metal, is iron. The other criminal somewhere, the gun he's holding is a metal, is iron. So how do you use it? Some people use metal for security, some people use it for robbery. This your own biro, the other gentle metal also, you can also use it to rule your world very well. You can also use it to steal from people. You can also use it anyhow you want. So life and death is also attached to biro, the same with gun. But the laws of karma knows this and you don't know. Okay, you have stolen from this person through computer and little charm given to you by some of these native doctors, and you thought it has worked for you. You got money, you bought a Lexus. This picture of what I'm telling you just happened recently also somewhere. So along the line, you are enjoying yourself eating this money. The other person whom devil is also using somewhere, according to one crime that entered through his father mismanaged him due to his negligence and carelessness. He became a criminal. From becoming a criminal, he qualified into drug. So you have stolen from this person out of your own Yahoo, and this person needs to steal this your car in order to also get money to satisfy himself at the table of drug. And one day you are going to somewhere, this guy mobilized with his friends, they came to kidnap you, you escaped and fell down, jumped down from the flyover. This was how you died. And everybody shouted, hey, hey, hey. They held the drug, the person who those who came to kidnap you, government later arrested them. Them now, they are into trouble. You are dead, or you are the hospital. These two crime has met crime somewhere. So the evil you've done and the one this person has done has collided. It has collided. Those watching you from far will be crying. They don't understand what has transited. Now listen to me. Within this cycle, I'm telling you, the effect will be returning to Okija. The influence will travel to Ekusigo. The influence will get to Olo. The influence will get to Owerri. Just this little thing within these two areas. I'm on live broadcast. I'm going to call you back. I hope you all are following. So it will collide or flow down to these areas. You begin to see certain crime committed in so area, the nearby cities and areas there. So that is why bad influence is wrong. So what are we going to do as a government? Shall we now use this young guy now, even if we want to show mercy now? Let us use him and rechange that place. That's America for you. Now what are we going to do? Instead of me keeping you in custody where you will just go and perish, then the monies in your account will have winds and all that, then your properties will be mismanaged, unemployment in that area. We'll look for a way and give you a skill. That is why in prisons they do skill acquisition. Many you have the privilege to learn work. You can still study there. I don't know if they've passed the bill, if they've passed into law that those in prisons can still write WAEC. I think there was a time they talked about it. So people in prisons can still write WAEC. Hence you are waiting trial. You can still write WAEC. At least government needs you to be educated a bit, so that whenever you find your ways back to the society, you won't be thinking the way you're thinking before. So let's look at Akwa. How much do you have? Can you do this? Can you do this? Then we'll give him a skill. He will not have time to come back and start shaking those konkume again. China today, they are into production. Every average family in China is into production. And because they are into production, they have over-influenced the world, including America. They have influenced America. So you see that production is channel of prosperity. If President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is into production, you would have seen the zeal in him to produce and promote productivity. If Aliko Dangote becomes a president, he will be looking at production, because production will be the order of his administration. Production is more profitable than tech. If you like, take it. If you like, leave it. And let me tell you, this is more than prophecy. If you are from Igbo extraction, I want you to take this from me. And if you are into production in Igbo land, Governor Kusigi Jisike, you don't know what you are doing for this world. You are doing more than what a pastor can do. You are doing equal to what a doctor can do. If you're into production, it doesn't matter how small it is. I encourage you. Governor Zoku encourage you. My voice, even if I leave this live broadcast, my voice will start ringing in your conscience. Help me hit the love and like button and share this broadcast. Sorry, I don't always come here this time around to teach. It is because of my studies. have a very busy time and years and months ahead of me. So to whatever I decide to do, I try to do the best. I try to give myself time for it. So that's why you've not been seeing me. Should I continue, or do you guys want to sleep? Production. When Nigeria was into production, the economy was better. If they like, let them go and borrow $25.83 billion or zillion dollars. If those zillion dollars cannot produce anything here, if it is not recycled amongst us and we go into production deeply, your leaders will steal the money. They will steal the money because they don't produce anything. They will steal it. Get what I am telling you here. It is only production that can unlock the bad economy of this country. But I want to show you something bigger than prophecy. Go and write today's date somewhere. Harmony, stay quiet here immediately. Stay quiet here. Have sense, or we'll suspend you here immediately. This is not kids or a kid class. Those who want me to continue, please type Olilanya. Help me hit the love and like button. Share the video for me. If you share, tell me you've shared it. Now, this is more than prophecy. If Ndibo continues, we are doing business, that's good. If we don't go back into food production, Nalibo, in the nearest future, to get food within Imo State, Anambra, Abia, it will be so difficult, as in the price of a basin of gari will be, it will be, if you buy gari, one basin of gari, 50,000 naira in Imo State, you will get one basin of gari for 15,000 in Enugu, and you will get it 8,000 naira as at then in Benue. Do you know why? The food security in our society is down to 100, as in to the food security in our place is as low as I think 16%. You know why? The food security, if you review it, you see that every blessed day, if we stay 3 days that the Hausa man decided not to buy a cow, that they are doing prayers, the few Igbo people, nebu na mebu, because nande nke nebute ebuta di ebuta ke ige buzi gebu mmada, all of them will be stranded in the markets. And the little meat you can find as at then, you know how expensive it will be. I don't know if you're following. You know why? Because trucks carrying tomatoes, onions, yam has not entered the east. It has not circulated in Nigeria. Why? The basic side we are looking at, the northern part, not even the Yoruba side. Because their heavy trucks are not coming with granules, you will begin to see the reactions when they bring food for you. Then, if there are people who reserved tomatoes the past 3 days, They could pick 3 pieces and tell you 500 naira, and you pay and go back to your house and be murmuring. Why are you murmuring? The problem is that you fail to understand that there is what we call low production of food in the East. In Lagos, they plant onions. In Ebonyi State here, some people don't understand that if they plant onions there, it will survive. Ebonyans are trying. So if you go to Lagos around the Gondo, you see along the road before the military barracks or thereabouts, you see where Yoruba people are planting onions, tomatoes along the road, onions. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Chibuzo, Precious, Adoka. You said you have shared it. I appreciate. So those onions they cultivate around this area. Believe you me, in Igondu, onions is cheap. It's as cheap as the same way they sell cheap in some parts of north where they cultivate these things. You find the same result in Igondu. You know why? Because the people of Igondu, the onions they cultivate in that area is enough. This is the way it is. There are, in the cities where you are now, to buy 1 cup of rice now, I think it should be, I don't know how much they say, I think it should be up to 500 or 400. But I want to tell you one thing. Do you know that there are parts of Ebonyi State where they cultivate rice? If they want to sell it to themselves, amongst themselves there, 1 cup of the same rice you bought 500 naira here could be found there for 150. So that rice is expensive in the market. It is at their own benefit. Do you know why? Because they are into rice production. So if it's expensive in the city, it can be expensive to them. Why? The level of production there. Thank you for sharing. Don't worry, Christian. Welcome to the adult class. It is not for children. Do you get what I'm saying? All of you. So you see that rice production, the sales of rice locally within those places, they cultivate and cook it, mill it locally. It is cheaper there. So some people will go there, buy it as cheap as from them, come to the city, mill it around the Ebonyi city there. In the cities of Ebonyi, they will own a mill there, rice mill there. They will mill it there, then rebag it with another local Nigerian well-doing rice milling company here, bring it to the city and sell it high. So you can now see that it is not the president that can twist the cost price of rice in this one. It is cheat amongst the people. Why? What is bringing the cheat? The cheat is springing up because the low production of rice in the society has made those major dealers now to take advantage of you, not Buhari, not Tinubu. So hence the rumor of how expensive rice is flows into the ears of the trappers who knows road where they can get it cheap. You know what? They stick on the harsh announcement, travel back home, get those rice cheaper, mill it there on the way. Somebody will leave the city where you are. You don't know that person has a rice milling company or factory, in Ebonyi State. So that is his own center of cheating. Some of them, when they buy, they will just get to that rice mill in Ebonyi State, go there and be selling it per bushel. Who are they extending the stress to? The federal government. Do you get what I am saying? So if there are rice production of the same strength they have in Ebonyi State, those local places in Ebonyi State, not everywhere of course, if we have the same in 3 locations in Ebonyi State, so you see that the food price in Ebonyi State will crash zero. Now, infiltrators, people whom are coming from outside, will come into the state, try to still make the rice expensive for Ebonyians. Now, if you don't come from outside to buy from Ebonyi State, I know they will not make enough money for revenue. But let's look at this. The food Ebonyi State cultivates annually can sustain them till the next farming season. In fact, Ebonyi State has rice. Ebonyi State has rice that can sustain them for 2.5 years. Currently, as I speak to you, if you don't go there to buy now. So you see that the whole city, the whole state in southeast, only Ebonyi State is secured right now. Hence, it has to do with food security. And if the economy keeps going higher, or bad, till the next 16 years, Ebonyi will not suffer too much as you are suffering. Ebonyi will not suffer as other states will suffer. The Ebonyians, when you look at them, you will still see that these ones can still get what they will eat. Ebonyi State man now, an average Ebonyi State person who lives in Port Harcourt finds it difficult to go buy a bag of rice in the market for 85,000, 90,000, 100. Now, if you have been closer to a typical Ebonyi person, he will stay here. He will stay here and make call to his village. They will buy 2 bushel of rice for him. Go and mill it locally. His mother knows where they will go and mill it. They will go and mill it. He will send them transport and give them. He will just send them 15,000 naira. They will mill the 2 bushel 4,000. Mill it very well. He will give it to people that polish it. They will polish the 2 bushel with 1,000. Then his mother gets encouraged with 10,000 naira. The Ebonyi State man will transport rice from his village to this place, weigh bill, and pay 3,500. Total price, he has gotten 1 bag of rice, even though he is not residing in Ebonyi State. The Ebonyi State man will be in his house in Port Harcourt and receive 1 bag of rice for a total expensive, has no option to. There is no way you can crash the price of that rice. You should be able to buy here. 1, you're not from Ebonyi. 2, you don't know anybody there. 3, nobody can stand that chance for you. 4, you cannot call anybody in Ebonyi State who will give you that rice. As the network is bad. So if we have this kind of locations everywhere, you see that the people that are into food production can jack up the economy right now. Even if you don't believe in one Nigeria, there is no problem. It will create food security in the East. I want you to go and study what brought Kwashoko for the very first time in Igbo land. One day when Ngakuzi spiritually about that thing. I will tell you the story about Eke and daughters of Jezebel of the East. What happened? During the civil era, Otakam Shetian on Facebook between Nigeria and Biafra. I will tell you something about that. So, do you know why in the nearest future These vast lands I want now, I see now the two small kubo. We don't want to go into food production. These lands, kind of legacy na real estate. Even your backyard na village, you get a chagger with real estate. People prefer going into real estate than going into food production. Now, everybody where they run tech for Nigeria, Mike Adenuga, all of them, Bill Lord of yesterday, all of them, now still the man wasted day into production, get money pass all of them, Aliko Dangote. Check the record of the richest people in the world. All of them has production. Go and read about the richest man in Africa of old. I've forgotten the name of this man. How did he become the richest man on earth when the white people were there? Then go and read history. You know what? He was into production and business. He buys the food, the starch, the flowers the white people were using to bake bread that time. So Nigerians, Africans, we are not expecting any flour from Ukraine before they will be able to build to bake their bread. Help me share this video. They were baking their bread, they were eating it. They were selling teas. This tea you see Fulani people selling, Hausa people selling today, they didn't learn it from any white man. There's nothing like tea, they call it chai. So they taught the white man, if you take tea, chai, in the morning, you will not feel cold. And our people of old then, they lived longer. Many of them that Melchizedek spent 960 years on earth and they didn't buy like that because he's an African. Because his territories were the territories of Africa. Now, how do they live? Go and check your grannies those days. They always drink achara tea. They always drink certain tea that you don't even understand. Sometimes I do watch my grandmother. She stayed 100, and my great grandmother, she stayed 100 and something years. I do watch her. This woman will go and bring salsa, bring achara tea and put inside, boil it like tea and be drinking it. Sometimes she takes it at night. But my grandfather takes tea every day. Every day. If he doesn't take it in the morning, he will take it at night. And his teas are not this kind of foreign tea. They are always leaves. Now, watch what production can do. The same tea we gave to the white man is what Chinese people now prepared as herbs, green teas, this and that. They are importing it back to our politicians, and our politicians are buying it. Have you been to the house of any big politician or big person in Africa here? You know what they do? They will call you to their dining and say, let's have breakfast. They will be telling you, this is a Irish tea. This is a Joric tree. This Joric tree is made by so queen. That's what she takes. So this thing. Lutayer. This tea is Lutayer. It was produced in so time. It has lasted for 65 years. He is introducing tea to you. The same tea they are giving him now. He doesn't understand how they produce that tea, and he cares not to ask. He believes in the things he has read there. But it was your forefathers who taught the white man the secret of taking tea. Today you don't care to take tea. Sometimes, do you know that tea today, the same tea Eke is taking now to slim down on emergency? Some of our grandfathers knew that they are coming from a fatty family where everybody goes big or thereabout. So his father does not want it. His father went to his grandfather and asked for a question, and they taught him a tea he should be taken from small. So you won't have emergency slim down. You just take it and you'll be like Governor Ezioku. Just be taking it. You won't go fat. You won't go fat. At the end of the day, it is the same tea my politician is now buying today from China. Tea. Something your grandfather has planted at the backyard. Now you have scraped those teas your grandfather planted. And you are busy now turning that place into real estate. Production of your grandfather. Now, can I shock you? Do you know that if you go to the market today in Igbo land, observe this thing I'm telling you. Tell them that you want to buy fresh osoji, alligator pepper, that you want to buy fresh one. You may walk around that market and you will not get fresh one. So, do you know one thing I understood here? It's like they are now selling the ones they reserved few years ago and few months ago. The reproduction of ordinary alligator pepper now is so low. Bitter cola is so low. These things are medicinal. Now, by the time we kill it all, by the time we finish all this reserve and ideas of reproducing it, we are going to depend on China. China will now introduce alligator pepper tea. They will now introduce a sachet alligator pepper to us. We will start buying it. But these things are flavor. And if they try and plant few of it and decide to convert it to tea, it is only our politicians that can afford it. While we will dwell on the flavor. How many of you are still here? So this is the way it will go. We the average Nigerians, Africans, will start buying the flavor from Chinese. The little place Chinese will still carve out of their own land and soil and plant the original alligator pepper and nurture it to survive. If they use it to produce tea, it's only Tinubu, Wike, your senators, your billionaires, they are the ones that can buy it. And they will be dancing and be showing us on the screen that they are drinking alligator pepper tea. Do you know how much it is? They bought this one from Kim Jong-un. They bought it from the farm of North Korean president. And me and you, the poor, who will use our data and be watching them on the internet. You see the distance of our foolishness. Production. Now, none of us has asked a question and say, how do we reproduce this? Our grandfathers, all of them had these things in their backyard. There is another one that is like that same alligator pepper leaf. That one is cri 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 cri. I used to watch my grannies plant these things at the backyard. Grandfather, nobody will buy it. Share this broadcast. Sorry, the network was bad. But if I plug this tea now and go to China and go and show it to a Chinese person, they eventually run tests and discover what this tea can do. Those that are into medicine and tea productions in China will collect the secrets from me, probably laugh with you, give you a little thing, you go. They will reproduce that tea. Hence they know that tea is moving. They may cue somebody like me in, or they may push you away. They will reproduce that tea, knowing fully well that tea may not get to my table, because I don't think I will have time to go and buy such thing from Chinese people. So they expect me to forget about it. They will reproduce it as tea, very expensive, bring it back into the country, I may not have the opportunity to even see it or to even know exactly the content, what they used to, the things they used to produce it, not knowing that it is my own product that should have been produced by me. They will import it back into the country and start selling it to our pastors, start selling it to our politicians, start selling it to our billionaires, start selling it to the wives of our millionaires here. The idea of a black man will only go to China, wear a different branded clothes, and come back here and begins to compete with the market, in the market. And nobody will know that it is coming from our backyard. Now, check between the age of from 50 years to 20 years. Those that are between 50 years to 20 years. If you go around and ask anybody, who are those into production of alligator pepper, nobody will ever identify. If you see anybody that tells you that he's into alligator peppers production or farming, come back here and call me a liar. But do you know that if you go to market now to buy alligator pepper, one small one is 300. I said one small one, because the thing is drying off gradually. But I did remember that Nimo Obaji, that side they live our grandmothers them, now cultivate on, and azoya alligator pepper. And alligator pepper is always planted on a sacred place. That is why some people Nigeria mechacha. When you see some people, some people use it, wave on their head, talk and throw it away. Some people eat it before sex. One day I will teach about it. I have messages I developed in this regards. If I say some of them here now, people that copies me that wouldn't want to be loyal will copy it. Tomorrow you see them on their platform shouting alligator pepper, even when they don't understand anything. Alligator pepper in Igbo land is a very sacred plant. They don't plant it anyhow. Where they plant it, people don't just go there anyhow. Now, people that are into farming, they won't see these ones. And it is something that if you plant it now, you don't weed grass there. You don't go there to weed grass. It is planted, it is planted. It is planted, it is planted there. Only 10 stand of it will be springing, it will be bringing up more. Alligator pepper. And people don't enter it there anyhow. It's like Okazi in those days. Okazi is planted at the backyard of the oldest woman. That's where you see Okazi massive. If it's the older the Okazi, same is the older, is the age of the woman's first daughter. These are things that if you can reserve them, if you can get home, you have 2-3 plots of land in your village, you plant it, stay for a month or two, and just nurse it. Make sure that those alligator pepper survives. Come back to the city, ignore it. When you stay, you go back home, check how they are doing. Make sure they are surviving, you come back to the city. I tell you that when you get to 60 years, people will be looking for where to buy alligator pepper. You become one of those people who has something you are producing even at old age. Our grandfathers were men of productivity till they buy. Some of our elders were going to farms with cheer when age came upon them. They were farmers until their last day on earth. Exercise was part of them. If I am saying the truth, please encourage us by telling us to continue. If you want me to stop this message now, tell me. It's to 12. You are still here. You get what I am saying? Productivity. What you are producing. You don't need to start like seahorse. You don't need to start like those big people you're looking at. Time your word. Time your word. Time your word. If you believe in all this abracadabra, you will waste your time. Thank you. Martin said right on. Oh, Michael. Michael said right on. The way life of productivity is. Go to Ohaji. The gari they eat in Ohaji and the gari you eat in your own place is not the same gari. In fact, if you eat Ohaji gari, you keep saying Nanyam gari or Ohaji. Why do people always talk about gari or Ohaji? The best gari. Gari eche. Kawo gari pure gari. Their own ways of doing it. If you go to their place, it is cheaper. It is cheaper there. If you go to Eche, plantain is more cheaper in Eche more than in Ebonyi State. Plantain is more cheaper in Eche more than anywhere at all in Imo State. Do you know why? Eche people are into plantain farming more than any other place in River State. Just like Mbiama, the people of Mbiama, Bayasa. So due to their area, due to where their states are located, the only thing that survives there at best is banana. So even inside those swamps, banana can survive there. If you go to those areas, banana very heavy. You know why? They are into banana production. The same banana, if you bring one bunch to the city of Port Harcourt, it becomes money. If you take it to Aba, it becomes money. If you take it to Imo, wow. You know why? It is cheap in the other areas because that is what they produce. Now look at how trade by barter works. Look at how the business world works into this kind of things. Now, let's look at it that the people of Bayelsa, they are producing fish. They don't have crayfish that much. Fish, crab, and banana. Now, when they bring it to Eche to sell, they sell to Eche person, buy plantain from Eche people. On their way going, they stop and buy Ikwere gari. Now, Ikwere Eche person moves to their own place in Bayelsa to buy fish. Returning and rotation of business interest is what boosts the economy. See, listen to this. This is a shocking point, and I want you all. It's not going to be that much. I have to reserve some to myself. I'm surprised that many of you are still here till now. Thank you. Some of you are very, very patient and loves what I am doing. But God bless you. Wisdom will never stay away from you. honestly, before I go further, I would like to apologize to very many of you now on certain things. I am very, very sorry for removing the discipline, the respect, the audacity God has possessed us with. I am very, very sorry for removing it within some time ago. And I engaged into certain things with people that shouldn't even have happened in the first place, that shouldn't have been part of anything that can distract me, So once again, I am very sorry for that. That's why 2 hairs are better than 1. So I'm very sorry about that, okay? And I have to say that because of the number of persons that are still here watching me. It shows regard, okay? And it shows the very few of you here now has been waiting for moments like this when I will come back to the table where we speak like human, where I would be able to communicate with you in your own genuine line of expectations. And that's what I'm doing tonight. So we pray God such moments will never happen again. Such moments would never come our way again. Back to the level of productivity, production. I will tell you something when my spirit allows me to say that. Productivity can change anything impossible. Now, I want to tell you this. Take this to heart. Everybody wants to go to school. Everybody wants to go to school, especially when they touch money. They want to go back to school. They feel like learning even when they know that the government cannot employ them. But can I tell you something? In the classroom, everybody respects the lecturer. Everybody respects the professors. Let's say there's a professor in your class. You respect him so much. Would it interest you to know that nobody wants to be as poor as that lecturer? No student in the class wants to be as poor as a professor. How many professors are lecturing these days? They respect you, but they see you to be a poor man. These guys you see in schools today, they are not the type that prays to study and see the end of it and have certain, before when you have one certificate, you know what it is. But there are people here who has 9 degrees. Their degrees are in the house. They don't produce anything at all. What they have produced is, if you touch their lips, they will tell you, I have 9 degrees. What? 9 degrees and you're not producing anything, Oga? In Africa. 9 degrees. You cannot even produce grease. You cannot even produce a nylon. Okay. Those your degrees will be there, you'll be growing old. So, those people you see listening to you as a lecturer, none of them wants to be as poor as you are. That's why many of them believes in they will just go and hit money. If ndị na-atụ akwụkwọ ebe ha na-atụ akwụkwọ well bụ China, ụmụ nwaanyị China ndị nọ na, many of them bịa ha gwa gị na ha inweta client onye China na igbuola. So, and I ask, the Chinese woman actually go wayo, akwa bụ this Chinese women na-eji aka ha anya forklifts na their factory, and you that want to scam them, you don't even know how to ride one forklift, but the woman can operate all the machines in her factory. And I want to ask you, if you scam that woman and get money now, where are you going to invest that money? You just diverted a moving progress somewhere. This woman is still better than you. After crying, she will start again. You now, you may scam a woman who is into car production, car manufacturing, in China. And when you scam the woman and get like $40,000, you run back and go and buy a car, forgetting that you just stole one, or you just stole some money from somebody who produces this car. Don't you see that you only stole one little thing that doesn't matter? Am I talking to somebody here? I repeat again where I started my message from before I went this far to teach. I'll soon stop. It's to 12. So I want to ask, what is Akuna Ratugo occupation? What does he do for a living? Is he just a tractor? Hence, he does not produce anything, but he poses as fear. He poses as a bad influence to the youths. I'm going to repeat this live broadcast, and I'm going to tag the governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo. And I'll do a test to his direct number. I will do a direct test to the governor, to his direct phone number, reminding him that Eke Hit, Akuna Ratugo is back. Akuna Ratugo was on the run, and Akuna Ratugo just returned back. So if you know, you can write the governor through Facebook. Do that. If you know, you can write him through his email. If you have his phone number, you can inbox him a message. Akuna Ratugo needs to be arrested, jailed, possibly prosecuted first, for having human corpses in his possession. So, and I want to ask, does Nigeria validate fears or ignorance? So why are we holding Akwa? Why are we holding Eke Hit, whose crime is lesser to be compared to the one of Akuna Ratugo, who has corpses in his shrine? Videos are there. Running to Akwa's shrine to go and conduct autopsy to know if he has anything human blood there. That's a hypocritical and intelligent step at the same time. Hypocritical one and intelligence. The intelligence is that they went there to go and check. The hypocrite step there is that you are looking for somebody who has blood in his shrine. You are looking for somebody who has anything related to human parts in his or her shrine. And you have seen videos where Akuna Ratugo is showing you corpses reserved in his shrine. So the easiest thing that should have been done is to just drive straight to his shrine. You go and see things for yourself there. Then coupled with the videos he has, you can prosecute him instead of beating around the bush. If you're looking for somebody who has human corpse in his shrine, Akwa Okuko is there. His brothers are there. Who does the same thing he do? So Ndo Dogachi, consider this thing I'm telling you. I don't hate him, but I have to bear the cats. Akwa, if you say nothing was fine in the shrine, let him go. Eke Hit, this one I know him. Eke Hit na my man. Abatala make a hit Ogo, I think 2 times or thereabout. Straight, he paid. So I like him. What them argument? Njide kwaraya na siki, or same gonya no with account. So, oh, let's do this thing. Let's balance equity. They should go and capture Akwa Okuko. Jide na Akwa Okuko. Botania shrine, Botania court. Every 1 year work on cause of one woman. Na one yellow no bossy, haga bozy abopotea where. I will keep singing this thing until it gets to the ears of the governor, because me, I don't know how to give up. I'm not giving up anytime soon. I've never given up before. The only thing I do is sometimes I just choose to respect myself and walk away, and that's all. So this guy should be arrested for crying out loud. If you are looking for where we should test human, if there are human bloods or corpses, then Akwa Okuko is at better position to just give us some of these things we are looking for. Then we prosecute him, use him as an example. What you do to him now will now pass a severe message across to others. Very simple. That's how to handle things than keeping these guys in custody and thereabout. You can do away with these ones. Then get us Akwa Okuko. Let us look at him. Either build a cross and turn it upside down for him, waiting for him to answer, I did and I didn't do. Any day they call to pass his judgment, they will know what to do with him. But he has human corpses in the shrines. If you may get there, he tells you he's no longer the owner. Then who is the owner? He should show us those ones. Then pick all of them. We have a start. Whatever you do to him will now pass a message to others. Others will learn to respect themselves. This is the way life is. It's not a choice, something. Life cannot be. See, we have every need to tell our people the truth. In my village, as I speak to you in Ngobala, the level of food production in my place is very, very low. My people still go to markets to buy gari, even when they have all those big lands you see around Ngobala. They even bring gari from other states into Ngobala, and our people will buy. And if you are going back to the city, if they give you 2 pints of gari, they feel as if they've given you heaven. You know why? They regard it because the level of food production in my place is very, very low. It's very, very low. If it's high, people will not regard 2 pints of gari to be a big thing. Your stepmother or your auntie gave you 1 bunch of plantain in the village and they expect you to dash her 3,000 or expect you to dash her 10,000. Do you know why? It's not her fault. The production of plantain in that village is low. She only has 3 stands or 2. She has sold 1 and this one is just the leftover. And you came home now. She shamefully gave you that 1. And while you are carrying the plantain to the car, she's following you and saying, nah, hey, we look at the boss, I'm not too feeling fine. Oh, I wanted to go and buy medicine. Then I saw you and said, let me cut this plantain and give to you. She's asking you for money for that plantain indirectly. She gave you free on her lips, but inside her heart, you are going to pay for it. While you walk to the car and decide to go, she repeats again that she told you she wants to go and buy medicine. Child, if you can drop her there, you say yes, she should enter. She entered and you stopped her somewhere where they sell medicine. He said she only has 1,200 and they told her that the medicine is 6,000. And the worth of that plantain in the market, she will sell it 4,000 naira. And she's billing you 6,000 so that even if you want to give half, she doesn't want to lose. And you give her 5,000 naira. She didn't buy any medicine. She waited or bought paracetamol. You zoomed off. She went back home. Do you know why? The level of production of plantain in that place is very, very low. If she has up to 30 bunches of plantain, 60 bunches of plantain, she will just give you one and say, I'm going to the market, oh, bye-bye, see you next time. You know why? Because she has 30 bunches. So somebody in your village cannot leave one bunch for you because that's all she has. That's all she has, okay? That's all. Production. So this is where Governor Ezoku will leave you. Akwa Okuko should be arrested, persecuted, and I'm going to repeat these videos again. He's back. Currently he's in Okija now, except this video I know he may see it tonight and decide to run away tomorrow as usual, but he is currently in Okija. And those who has the numbers of Ndu Dogachi, the governor of Anambra State, the security personnel, kindly remind them that Akwa Okuko is around. Let's go and get him arrested. Then test the corpse of those people he presents to us on camera. There is nothing I see Bugo. Kagachi came in her robot. It's very, very important. My name is Governor Ezoku. Oliline and Demon. It's 1 minute to 12. To everything I have taught tonight, I want you to pick one. Dwell on that. Work out something out of it. Take the change into your word, and God blesses you. This is the little I know I can say to you. Good morning and happy new week. For those of you who usually ask for my number, my number is 091 651 65170. 091 300 651 and 70. 091 300 651 70. That's the number you can get me with. My name is Governor Ezoku. Good morning.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe on this channel, share this video, like, comment. Thank you and God bless you for watching.